We get a chance to sit down and talk with Mayor Tim Kelly, and we get a chance to do that like once a month.
Yep.
And I like these talks.
Me too.
They're good.
Yeah, man.
All right, so big thing coming, World Cup.
World Cup. Yeah, it's going to be here before you know it. And again, biggest tournament in the world. We were just saying, like, every one of the games in the World Cup will have higher viewership worldwide than the Super Bowl, right? And we got the Spanish national team, which, depending on who you ask, number 1 or number 2 seed in the tournament, staying here in Chattanooga, downtown, and it's going to be a big deal. I mean, they'll have all kinds. Every one of these guys makes as much money as the highest-paid NFL player.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a paparazzi fest.
You know, I'm glad you said that because I know if you don't follow soccer, you don't realize that these guys are worldwide
literally
celebrities.
International superstars.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you are a soccer fan, you know that. If not, you're going to find out here directly, as they say. But, yeah, it's going to be a big deal. And, of course, you know, we're going to be rooting for the U.S. national team to go as far as they can. So there'll be games. We're going to have viewing parties. I know White Duck Taco, there's going to be a lot of down there on Macaulay Avenue, they'll have the games on out there. And we'll have some other big viewing parties, too, downtown, I think at Coolidge Park. So stay tuned. It's going to be a big part of June here in Chattanooga.
Oh, man, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Design build. Tell me that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's a little bit of a boring topic, you know, but it's one of those little things that you find out when you get in city government. Like, why can't Wilcox Bridge, classic example. Everybody's mad about that because we hadn't been able to get it done. Well, the state would not permit us to both design, you know, with the contractor and build any project, which basically just speeds the project up. Well, we finally got that passed, got that changed to the legislature, so now we can do that. So what it means to taxpayers is, you know, lower taxes ultimately because we'll be able to do stuff cheaper and faster.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
And especially because the city is growing, man. It's like leaps and bounds.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really on our list to talk about today, but the city budget is up, and we've got some budget hearings out there. If you're curious about that sort of thing, there's no tax increase proposed. Obviously, we had to do one last year, which was difficult and controversial, but we had to, you know, give raises to our firefighters and police that deserved them. And so, but no tax increase for this year, and it's because of this sort of thing that will save us money because the city is growing and inflation is real. If you bought milk or gas, you know
it's there.
And you know, listen, we are subject to all the same pressures. You know, everything from fire trucks to gas that we buy a lot of cost us more money too. So holding the rate and not raising taxes is difficult, but it's also super important at a time like this where everybody's having to pay more.
You know, as we move into the summer months, I know school is out, but it's always important for parents to stay on top of their game when it comes to their kids.
Yeah.
This early childhood thing that's going on.
Well, again, that's been one of the goals of the One Chattanooga plan from early on, was building a path to, you know, what we hope to achieve, which we couldn't possibly do without the help of the federal government, is a universal early learning, so that every kid just gets to go to basically Head Start. You know, Head Start program right now is for low income parents, but a lot of people really struggle to pay for early childhood quality child care, and so we've been accepted as part of this National League of Cities cohort to you know, help us supercharge our efforts to improve early childhood learning. And Caritza Mosley Jones and her team work hard at that every day. So
and that's a good thing because I'm telling you, man, these, you know, to get them to a fast start, it's key. It's key.
I mean, it's important for everybody out there to realize that, you know, by the time a kid is like 5 years old, the bread's kind of baked, right? If you get that early childhood period right in a child's life, that kid's going to be fine for the most part, no matter what kind of educational opportunities they have down the road. And unfortunately, if you get it wrong.
Yeah, look, I got teachers all in my family, and they emphasize that, you know, before these kids go to kindergarten, they should know 250 sight words.
Well, that's right, and it comes down to just talking to them, and there's some really simple things you can do to make sure that a child's brain develops properly. But there's nothing more important that we can do for the future of this city than make sure that our youngest kids get those sorts of opportunities and exposure.
All right, and hey, we're moving around. We're just talking about different topics. Chattanooga Police Department, the annual report is out.
Yeah, I mean,
how we doing?
We're doing great. I mean, it's a little shocking, honestly. I mean, we have had a 48, nearly 50% decrease in homicides compared to 2024. 50% down. Now, 2024 wasn't a year we were super proud of, but I mean, That's dramatic. And look, crime's down all around the country, but that's a big deal. 20% decrease in non-fatal shooting victims, 9% decrease in crimes against persons, 16% decrease in crimes against property. The crazy thing is, though, and this is a difficult topic, but, homicides, right, is the thing that we concern ourselves with most. Typically, if you get caught doing a homicide, that's how you stop crime. People don't want to get caught and go to jail for the rest of their lives.
That's right.
The national average for closing those, cases is about 50%. Our case rate is 93%.
Wow.
93%. I mean, it's quite literally unheard of.
Wow.
And so that's down to the hard work of the men and women of the Chattanooga Police Department, and that is how you reduce crime in a community. I mean, that's 40% higher than the national average.
Yeah, and you guys are doing a great job creating opportunities.
Well, that's part of it, right? I mean, you gotta handle the public safety part, right? And we all get that. I'd locked on a lot of doors, talked to a lot of people in neighborhoods, rich and poor, and everybody's on the same page in that regard. But at the same time, that's where the educational piece is important. You got to give kids the opportunity to get ahead and better their lives, and so you got to do both.
Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm out here. I see it. Just incidents, any little thing can turn into a real big thing.
Yeah.
And education is key. That's what I think.
It's key.
It is key.
Because there's an old saying, stupid hurts. It always does.
Yeah, it does. All right, Pavilion Park. What's that? What are we doing?
Well, Pavilion Park is Blue Cross Blue Shield is as you know, headquartered for the state of Tennessee here in Chattanooga, and they do a really great job of helping us build parks. And so this one will be down behind the skate park, behind First Tennessee Pavilion, down by Finley.
Yeah.
Yet another park, and there's one thing that the city doesn't have to spend money on to build, but so they've got. There'll be like a promenade that connects it with the rest of the amenities down there. There's like bouldering for people that want to climb, a canopy over it for shade. It's just going to be a super cool addition to that neighborhood. I mean, the people that are into skating love that skate park, and that's about to get redone too. So that's going to be something. And we're getting a lot more use out of First Tennessee Pavilion too. Brian Smith, Brian and his team down at Finley are doing a great job. Where they've had nightfall down there a couple of nights when it's rained, and had a great cross section of the community down there. So get out to nightfall too. I mean, it's free entertainment, great place to take kids and have fun. And if it's rainy, it'll be down there at the pavilion as opposed to Miller Park. Yeah.
Hey, do you get excited for this time of year because it's summertime and people are out and about? I mean, you go downtown, man, and there's people everywhere. You go out and some of the boroughs in the city and. Just people are out.
Look, Friday night and Saturday night both. We've got free entertainment in downtown Chattanooga at nightfall and Riverfront nights. Did I say that right? Free? I mean, again, it's a great time for the community to get out. And at a time when the media is not you guys, but the television in particular is so divisive and the political narrative is so toxic and divisive. Man, just getting out and being with your neighbors in Chattanooga and realizing that we all, just need to love each other and get along. That's what it's about. And
one Chattanooga.
You got it, buddy.
That's your thing, man.
That's my thing.
Yeah, I know. Every month we get a chance to sit down and talk with you. And you just kind of enlighten us on things that are going on in the city. And thank you for letting us be a part of that because our listeners want to know. And we want them to know. Well, that is my job, quite literally. I mean, we live in an extraordinary community. It can always be better, but, we need to love one another and build a better community together. That's it, man. Yep. That's it. All right, Mayor Tim Kelly, always. Thank you.